Super chats here. First one says, if Spurs don't get a result, fold the club ASAP. I mean, you said earlier, you think, LB, that Arsenal will still win, though, at the weekend.
Yeah, because, like, Spurs just... This isn't... Because this type of comment, is just the Spurs type of thing to happen. Like, this is just what happens with Spurs. I mean, if you remember back to last year, I seem to remember last year at Spurs played quite well, and then Arsenal was 3-0 up. I'm pretty sure that's how the game went, right? Because I did a watch along for it. I'm pretty sure Tottenham actually played well, didn't score, and then Arsenal just went up the other end and scored 3 goals. And that probably is what will happen in this game, I imagine. Spurs will probably dominate the ball. They'll start confident because obviously the fans will be supporting their team. They'll probably not score the chances, and Arsenal go at the other end and score off a corner or something like that. So I still think Arsenal will win the game. My point is just...
That's the issue that I have, LB. For me, I'm not looking at the game and saying, Spurs are going to win now. I think Arsenal are still going to put out a decent enough lineup to be able to do something against Spurs, And how Spurs play, bro, it plays into Arsenal's hand. Like what you're saying, when they went away last season, bro, remember they had Saka basically isolated with the fullback every single time. Yeah, you don't want Saka one-on-one with the fullback because he's just going to cut in and just hit it on his left foot like what he did. Yeah, we know Spurs are shit from set pieces. They still haven't got a set piece coach. Arsenal are brilliant on set pieces, right? So they could still nick a result from this game, but Spurs won't get a better opportunity to play a weakened Arsenal, bro, because you don't really find Arsenal missing a lot of their main players, right? If it's players missing, it's normally guys that don't start anyway. The likes of Jesus, Zinchenko doesn't really start games anymore, right? Now they're missing guys that start week in, week out, bro. So Spurs, Ange, he's got to take the opportunity. If you carry on playing this high line, which we know he will, Arsenal will exploit that, bro. They'll soak up the pressure and they'll do what they did last time. That's where I'm looking at it, and I'm still in two minds. I don't think Spurs are just gonna go and win the game, bro. They still need to they need to sort things out tactically, bro.
Yeah, well, Spurs, Van der Ven, they say he may be back. It's just been announced now that Basuma was taken off during Marley's game with an injury, so Basuma's going to be missing from the football match. And I would say this, I mean, Maddison's been absolutely dog for nearly a year. Solanke may be back, but they still haven't yet solved their goal-scoring issues. And Arsenal will still be very hard to break down and beat. That no one that's picked up an injury yet is part of that solid Arsenal defense, which is why I don't quite understand Arsenal fans absolutely panicking. I get going away to Man City, but let's have it right. You don't win there with your best team. So, and losing away at Man City, and I do understand that losing away at Man City can theoretically cost you a league title, but you didn't win there last year. But I actually think it was other games, like drawing at home to Fulham, that were a much bigger issue than getting a point away from. And you can always do that if you miss out on a league title by a point. But as long as there's more than one game where you drop points, you could pinpoint any one of them. But this game, I still think Arsenal are the favourites. Personally, I still think Arsenal are the favourites, even with these injuries. Spurs, if you actually look at Spurs' record, maybe someone can Google this for us who's watching, please, and put it in the comment section. You look at their last 30, 35 games. The win ratio is shocking. So I just don't think Arsenal should be going into this game panicking. But if their fans do, again, I think you put a message into the dressing room. I think they should still be demanding a win. They're still the superior team. They've still got the better players. I think they've still got the better manager. That's why I don't quite get the overarching panic from some individuals. I kind of get the City game, but the Spurs match, they should still be walking away from this winners as far as I can see.
No, they should still be. This comes back to what you said before. The manager and the players are just going to have to firm it. Do you know what I mean? They're going to have to go into this game and just be like, yeah, okay, we're missing a couple of big players, but, we're still good enough to win this game. And the City game obviously comes after, and you can speak about that after the Spurs game. But for this Spurs game, they should be going into Spurs thinking, even without Rice and Odegaard, we can still win this match, because I still think they've got the better team. And, Spurs are just, it's just Spurs, man. So I don't expect them to do anything. If they're playing someone else, I'd probably be more worried as an Arsenal fan if I was playing someone like Brentford or someone like that, to be honest with you. Because Spurs, man, the thing is with Spurs, they're not clinical enough, right? And they will give you opportunities at the back as well, because of the way that they play football. So I just think that, like, I still think Arsenal are going to win this game. I really do. By hook or crook, they'll get the win. Then obviously the City game is a little different, but yeah, like for me, the major issue here is just the fact that you are in this position in match day 4, and I hear what you're saying about this is a bit of a freak or whatever, but it's not that much of a freak when we all predicted that this was an issue because you only go into the season with one creative midfielder. You can't then call that a freak when you choose to do that as a football club. You're not telling me that there was no creative midfielder out there that you couldn't have got just to back Odegaard up to take the pressure off him. You don't have to go, if you didn't want to spend the money on Eze, go and get someone else. There's probably someone else that you could have got out there. Probably like someone who's a bit older, who just wants to wind down the career. That for me is where I think it's a bit weird.
Well, let's see how good their squad is. Let's see how good their manager is, because Arteta gets paid a lot of money. Yeah, and if you're getting paid all that money, when it comes to adversity like this, bro, like Terry was saying, you've got to be able to problem solve, bruv. Yeah, and work out how to get out on the other end. Because if they beat Spurs, and let's say they beat Spurs convincingly at the weekend, yeah, well, actually they'll take whatever win, however win they get it at the weekend, right?
100%.
That will give them a lot more belief before they actually play Man City, and again that will help the fans ease up a little bit, because right now, Arsenal fans, bro, remember when they played Bayern Munich, Terry, in the first half of the Champions League, right? They were scared, and it was affecting the team as well. And Arsenal fans, until they get over the line, they're always going to have that PTSD, right? So Arteta needs to make sure that he problem solves this weekend, bro.
I like what you've said there, because it feeds into this comment from Campbell that says, Terry, the panic comes from the fact Arteta has been here 5 years and won nothing with his squad. Slight play on words. He has won an FA Cup, but okay. Key players are going into final 2 years and haven't won anything. Seen this before. RVP, Fab, Fabregas Adebayor. I understand this, and I understand the PTSD. However, how you stop PTSD, one method of doing it, and I can speak from personal experience, is you have to make a change yourself. You have to do something physical yourself, like literal yourself. And when I was suffering from all the anxiety I had about thinking I was having a heart attack, one of the first steps I was taught to stop doing was putting my fingers on my neck to check my pulse, or putting my hand on my chest when I felt the pain, because it's like a reassurance. And the more you reassure yourself when you're going through the early stages of the panic, you basically reset the cycle when you start again. So what Arsenal fans have maybe got to do this time round, even if you feel, oh my God, the same thing could happen again, maybe what you should do is not panic, stay positive, push out positive energy. And the reason I say that is this: the last time round, you pushed out negative energy. I get why. I've been there and done it myself. I'm not judging, but it didn't work, did it? Think what you did last time as fans when you felt this way. Did it lead to success for your team? If the answer's no, go about it in a different way. I understand this notion that Real Madrid fans wouldn't behave this way, but I keep saying this to Arsenal. People think I glaze them all the time, but I think this is... You're not Real Madrid, and you're about 50 or 60 years away from continued success before you are Real Madrid. So stop trying to act like them at this particular juncture. For me, I think you need to break that PTSD cycle by doing something different, helping your team, because I don't think panicking at this stage is going to help you. Just my opinion, for what it is worth.
Can I throw something out there? Because I have a theory, just a theory. I think part of this is coming down to the fact that I think a lot of people are saying now that it's for Arteta and for Arsenal, it's sort of like put up or shut up time. Yeah, this is it's his 5th year. He spent 750, 800 million quid. Yeah, so he spent a lot of money. He's finished second twice. He's won one FA Cup, and that was with Emery's team, not his own team. And now this is the time, really, when Arsenal need to be winning trophies. Because the Arsenal that I knew when I was growing up, was an Arsenal team that won trophies and done a madness when they did the Invincibles. Arsenal can't continue to just finish second and go, oh, we'll just keep putting the pressure on. And this is his 5th year. We're not in his 2nd year. He's 30. This is his 5th year. He needs to win something. So I think when you get into a situation where, it is his 5th year, and even Arsenal fans who are mad positive are saying, if Arteta don't win anything this year, we might have to move him on. and then within 3 weeks of the league starting, you've got a midfield crisis. Maybe that's where a lot of this energy is coming from, and maybe this is where a lot of this negativity or frustration is coming from, because maybe they're starting to realize, some of these more positive fans, that, you know what, this is 5 years into the process. We've already got a crisis after match day 3. Maybe this isn't going to work. I'm just throwing it out there, man, because like at the end of the day, they need to win something.